Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and I don't know how many people remember back then or how many were around for when me myself, I was into a binge of playing games, ports of games on systems I didn't really expect to. Don't worry, you're gonna get a lot more videos like that later on, don't you worry. But I wanted to revisit one of those videos. See, one of those specifically was Resident Evil 4, and I played it on the iPad, like some iOS version of Resident Evil. And at the time, it was fairly dated. It was a bite-sized game created literally just taking highlights of the actual core game and porting them down to a device that was far inferior at the time. Now, over the years, smartphone technology has blown up considerably. Right now, smartphones are the most used device in the world, no doubt about it. But with all the money that's now pouring into them, there's a lot more going on to research, and the processing power of many of these phones has grown exponentially. So, looking at an Android application, since I've recently switched out to the Android devices, was a Dolphin. Now, for those of you who don't know what Dolphin necessarily is, Dolphin is the emulator for GameCube and Wii games. Now, this was originally on PC, but as you're seeing right over here, ladies and gentlemen, it is on Android as well, officially. While this is a development build, I was able to get two games, and before anybody goes morally on me, yes, I do own both the games, don't worry about it, I'm using the ROMs, I'm using backups of my games, it's fine. But I looked into this, and I was able to go into the Dolphin, run it up, and basically get pretty much one-to-one performance with a real GameCube on these. Were there some hitches? Absolutely. Not every game is perfect, but I was also able to play Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, RE4, Metroid Prime 1, Pokemon, I think it was Coliseum, and the Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes almost perfectly on a mobile device. Now, I've got some simple settings over here. You can go around and change basic graphics. I keep it at basically default, and I make sure to enable Vulkan, which is giving me low-level performance. But this is the GameCube version of Resident Evil 4, currently available, well, available if you are a little tech savvy or into it, to play on a mobile device. So I'm going to hit start, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to enable real quickly the controls right now. So if I go to configure controls, I'm actually able to edit the controls, or I think, or toggle the controls on. I was actually playing with a controller, which we'll look at real quick. Flip that onto the other side. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have what looks to be the GameCube version of RE4 almost running flawlessly. Now, I'm not streaming this. This is running natively on the device, so I'm going to go hit start. And you may notice some audio issues. I actually can't hear anything, but you may hear some audio issues, some crackling, and that's just due to the fact that we're playing an emulator version of the game. So I'm going to hit start and go through that introduction, because that's not the impressive part. You could emulate a video file, surely after this much time. But ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the game in its entirety, playable right now in front of you. Now, it's running at 30 frames, which I believe is what the original GameCube version of it ran at. The controls are incredibly awkward just due to the fact that you're mapping what is a full-on GameCube controller down to a touchscreen interface. So pretty much everything gets muddied up, and that's just the shitty nature of it. So I'm going to shoot this dude in the face, go up, and hit kick, and get a quick kill on the guy. Now, I'm not going to play this game in this exact fashion because it is going to be a absolute clusterfuck arthritis-producing session on my hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an Xbox One controller real quick, and I'm just going to hook that up. So give me 1 second. So this is where you need some of the new Xbox One controllers, but as you can see, it controls pretty much just how you would control a regular GameCube controller. You got to map it up a little bit, but the game is playing out just fine right now. I'm actually able to get, again, that rock-solid frame rate. So I'm playing through the game, and the device is warm, but it's as warm as what I usually get when I'm browsing like Reddit for a long period of time or something, and maximum brightness. So it's not anything that's too overkill. I'm definitely getting, oh, I got hit over there, come on. I'm definitely getting pretty solid performance. So in such a long time, I'm playing terrible, my fucking god. So in the amount of time, we are actually able to get, holy shit, Muda, you fucking suck at gaming. Give you your fucking gaming card, god damn. But yeah, we're able to play what is the full version of Resident Evil 4 on a mobile device. And I gotta say, I'm pretty fucking excited, man. It works almost fucking flawlessly. So, real quick, I'm actually gonna play up, I guess, until the farm what is it, the first village fight, which is actually going to be the actual stress test of the situation. As you can see, it works incredibly flawlessly. Like, it literally is playing like a real GameCube version of the game. You can save and do everything. I've tested that. But as we go through, the thing you may notice is the resolution is kind of blurry, and that's just due to the fact that we're playing it at native resolution. I'm not going to push the graphic chip on this too hard. It gets a little framey at double resolution, but when you're playing on a smaller screen, it really doesn't matter. It runs just fine right now, and really you start to notice less of the muddiness when you're on just looking down at your phone screen, like your 6-inch phone screen. That's about it. So going through, I'm actually going to trigger this dude over here. Let me do a quick test. Let me see what happens to the game when you walk him into a full-on explosion. This is going to be kind of interesting on my end. And I know I get really nerdy when I look at stuff like this, but it's just because I am so fucking impressed at how fast computers have evolved. My God, it didn't fucking slow down. Now, I can't tell so much on the audio, so I'm going to have to hear that on editing, but it is solid, man. It is good. All right, let's get to the village section real quick, which is the real stress test. You're actually going to get a lot of enemies at that point, so I want to see how that plays out, dude. That's gonna be pretty cool. So, man, this game is absolutely brilliant. So we're up to the point where we see our drivers who abandoned us in the beginning burning alive, or at least burned alive. I hope, because they abandoned us and left me to fucking do nothing. And while it sounds vengeful, it's because I actually am. So let me grab the red herb. There's also a yellow herb somewhere over here, and if you combine the Trinity of Kush, you can actually get more life. So anybody that tells you drugs are bad, they still are. Don't do drugs. But in Resident Evil 4, drugs help. Drugs do. That green herb, man, saves your life more than once. I don't know about real life, though. Can't really endorse anything that... Ooh, fuck, I am getting absolute... I quit, damn it! That's a big problem when it comes to this kind of shit. Alright, okay. So, now I'm up over here, and this is a pretty terrible situation to be in. So back from over here, do not hit the back button on your Xbox One controller when it connects to Android, because it actually is about... Holy shit, dude, that chainsaw guy freaks me the fuck out. Let me run away. So there's a bunch of enemies on my screen. And the beautiful part about it is that you don't notice any fucking slowdown, which is a pretty big deal, if I say so myself, especially coming into the fact that I'm playing on a fucking cell phone of all things, and usually I can't get this fucking level of performance. You know, there was a point where my PC hardware, wow, that lady fucking is a... Oh, I hate some of the AI in this game. They just destroy your mood. But there was a point where PC hardware couldn't even run games like this on emulators. And sure, now it's no big deal to really run Dolphin games. I'm sure that a lot of you fine lads and lasses that have some gaming PCs out there, here's a Trinity of Herbs, can actually run this game just fine on your computers if you have gaming systems. Hell, even most systems that you know, or just have a more recent processor can run these games fairly well. Oh shit, they all surrounded. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, get the Kush together, Leon. Oh my lord. Here I am talking about how impressed I am, but also I'm going to be pretty dead if I don't play this right. So let me use that Kush. God bless. Okay, I have one green herb, so I'm going to roll that shit up later. Let's climb up. God damn it. But there used to be a point where running a game like this on PCs was not going to happen. And sure, nowadays, if you have a more modern system or something, you can run a game like this fairly decently. It's just, again, we were at a point of video gaming where shit like this was genuinely difficult to pull off. But now I think that even cell phone technology is blowing me away, because to be emulating a game like this, you have to realize when you're emulating, you're basically requiring a lot of CPU power. And while you might be like, oh, well, these phones have 8-core processors, they're not the same kinds of processors that you would get in something like, say, a i5 or an i7 or, you know, like a Ryzen processor, which is a higher-end PC processor. This is still a mobile chip. So for it to be pulling this kind of stuff while just getting barely warm is a big deal. And again, I might be a broken record, but let me just tell you, when Muda gets excited about tech, he gets pretty excited about tech. And right now, he's getting so excited to the point that he's getting molested by all these enemies. So here, let me just knock a bunch of them back. That was a terrible shotgun used by me. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're good. We're good. What did that dude drop? Kush? No, he got flash. Why they got a flash grenade of all things? That's just retarded. Come on now. Come on. Oh, God. I just walked into it. Oh, dude, the hatchets are the worst, man. I haven't played this game in a while, so I mean that's not an excuse, Muda. Just don't. You suck. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're finally past that nonsense. Jeez. So this video could use a little bit more time, on my opinion. So we're gonna play through a bit more. Finally past that nonsense, dude. So we're gonna play through a tad bit more. Wow, wasted a shell right there. That's wasting the good stuff right there. You can't do that. So we'll play a little bit more, see the most we can do in this situation. And as you can see, the game is running absolutely fine. We had a bunch of enemies on screen there, and this thing didn't chug at the slightest. Now, the phone that I'm using in question is a Galaxy Note 9, which is a fairly new phone, and it's fairly heavy. It's a highly priced phone with specs that are well deserving of that price. But this is a kind of emulator that can also run fairly well on a lot of nice Chinese models of Android phones that are coming out on the market. The Chinese have been killing it lately with good flagship handsets of theirs at lower prices than what Samsung, and definitely Samsung, is charging, or any people. And while it may not be as perfect and good and gravy, it's still pretty solid to get this kind of performance on a mobile device, even if it has to be the higher end device of the tier. You know, when you play this game, and even if it's been like 10 years or something, I guess it's because I played it like 25 billion times, but when you play this game, man, it quickly just comes back to you so fast. Like the muscle memory comes back, the way you fight comes back, and all the little quirks you remember really fast. Dude, this is just a great game. Like, anybody that tells you Resident Evil 4 isn't really that great of a game, you know, we all got opinions and everything, but sometimes you gotta give it credit where credit is due. Okay, do not do that. Sometimes your phones do that. Oh no. Oh no, okay, there we go. There we go, okay. It uses apparently the HDMI on the Samsung phones it actually uses the brightness setting, I think, of your device, which is weird. But, you know, anybody that tells you this game is a little off, I would go far as to say that this game has definitely aged well. Sure, the controls can be kind of archaic to some, but man, for me, it just works, dude. Like, this is a great title. And I know everyone has their favorite Resident Evil, but for me, this game's a solid Resi. It all just comes back to you no matter what. But again, I just played it a billion times, so, you know, that's probably got something to do with it. Oh boy, the infamous Resident Evil quick times, man. Oh god, you gotta love it about this game. So let's sprint away. This is what was also missing from that portable version that we played on iOS. You didn't get any of these. And I know we all like to shit on the quick time events of Resident Evil, but sometimes, man, they get them all done so well. This game, I loved them the most, though. I mean, sure, they were pretty rudimentary. Wow, I still can't get over how that rock just disappears. It does the same thing on the fucking PS4, Xbox One version. So it's like, come on, dude, update with time. So again, I'm checking the thermals on my phone, and it's still just lukewarm. So as I played other games on this, by the way, like Twilight Princess, I was able to get through, I guess, the good intro of that game and still have like 10% of my battery life. So I gotta say, maybe it's the management of battery on Android devices that have gotten better, because I do not remember it being anywhere close to that fucking good. Okay, kind of hitched up a little bit there, so, you know, not perfect, but fuck, I'm still playing it on a portable device. Holy shit, they walked right in, dude. They go Allahu Akbar on your ass, man. All right, let's go. Oh no, stay away, sir, stay away. Oh, what a bitch. Okay, I'm like just barely edging to life right now on that. Okay, first aid spray, keep it. Don't use it, just keep it. I think there's bear traps around here, and I do not want to fuck with no bear traps. But I want to get in here real quick. Let's just, oh shit. Oh. Okay, I don't know how I survived that, but that I'm glad that was fucking recorded on camera. My god. Okay, I got a bunch of good. How'd you survive? You should be dead, dude. That's dynamite in your face. I kicked your buddy in the dynamite. Okay, now he's gone. Thank you. That is why. If it's in his hand, he blows up from the world over. But anything aside from that, and boy, is he a safe little lad. I think I can go actually inside here now. This is actually the smoothest I've ever done this section. I hate this section the most. But, you know, Muda, sometimes you impress yourself. And You should pat yourself on the back because of it. So ladies and gentlemen, that was Resident Evil 4 in its entirety actually running on a mobile device. Now, I never expected that I'd reach the day where I could play a GameCube game. Well, I mean, at some point I expected to reach the day where I could play Resident Evil 4 in its entirety on a device, not natively, emulated by the way, that fits right in my pocket everywhere I go. And I didn't expect to reach it so soon. See, these are games that used to one day run barely on desktop devices, and now they're running almost flawlessly on today's mobile devices. So when you see something like Persona 5 running on the PS3 emulator, one day eventually, no matter what, we'll reach a point where we can in fact play Persona 5, maybe on mobile devices. But for now, that day is a long day away, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we are playing Resident Evil 4 on a cell phone device. And this wasn't the only game that worked flawlessly. Like I said, I was able to play Metroid Prime, I was able to play the Zelda games, and Pokemon. Sunshine had a bit of issues, but it is what it is. That being said, I think the video's gone on a bit longer than I wanted, so if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.